A warm greeting. Today is Tuesday, October 8, 2024. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia. At the time of recording this video, it is 5 p.m. local time in Florida. I am making this video to provide an update on the bulletin that was just released a few minutes ago, where unfortunately it has been confirmed that Hurricane Milton has rapidly intensified, and once again, we have a Category 5 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 165 miles per hour. The eyewall replacement cycle I mentioned last night and this morning has now completed, allowing for another round of explosive intensification. After weakening to a Category 4 hurricane, we again have an extremely powerful Category 5 hurricane. Also, in the visible satellite image, you can see it has a very small eye, which is typical of extremely intense cyclones. We now see that it has started to take a more northeastward turn, and it will eventually make landfall between Sarasota and the city of Tampa overnight on Wednesday. There have been some slight adjustments to the track, shifting a bit further south. Later, I will show you the updated track, which now indicates that the center of circulation will make landfall near or over the city of Sarasota. What we're witnessing today is quite impressive, as Hurricane Milton is once again a Category 5 hurricane, and the weakening process has not yet begun. However, we are confident that starting tomorrow, it will gradually weaken as it approaches the coast. We still anticipate it will make landfall as a powerful Category 3 hurricane, but we cannot rule out it coming ashore as a Category 4 hurricane. The time to complete preparations is running out for residents from Fort Myers to Tampa, where the worst of this hurricane, including winds of over 110 miles per hour and historic storm surge from Tampa to Fort Myers, will be felt. In the infrared satellite image, we can see the hurricane has developed an almost perfect structure, with the eye clearing out throughout the day today due to the strengthening process. Currently, we have 2 Hurricane Hunter planes investigating the storm, and they are finding winds that may even exceed 165 miles per hour. Stay tuned for possible special bulletins from the National Hurricane Center. I believe this hurricane may strengthen again to 175 or even 180 miles per hour later today. Here, you can see the National Hurricane Center's new track. We continue to project the center of circulation will make landfall on Wednesday, although tropical storm and hurricane force winds are expected to be felt starting Wednesday morning. The system will then exit near the city of Melbourne. In red, we can see the counties currently under a hurricane warning, and in blue, those under a tropical storm warning. Although the National Hurricane Center notes it is difficult to predict exactly where the center of circulation will make landfall, the track has been adjusted slightly south, currently projecting landfall over Sarasota. However, the cities of Tampa and Port Charlotte remain within the cone of uncertainty, so further changes either north or south are still possible in the next 24 hours. This is why it's crucial for residents in this area to prepare for a major hurricane. As it continues its path over Florida, it will pass just south of major cities such as Lakeland, Kissimmee, and Orlando, where we continue to project hurricane-force winds, perhaps Category 1 or 2, with Melbourne expecting Category 2 or 1 winds. Since we are 36 hours away from landfall in Florida, any changes in the track will be minimal. For example, models show good consensus that it will make landfall near Sarasota. This is the projection of the GFS model, which estimates the center will make landfall around 1 a.m. Thursday. The European model also agrees with this track over this area, as do other models, including the German and Canadian models. For those living near Tampa Bay, note that hurricane-force winds of over 100 miles per hour should still affect the region because these winds extend several miles from the center of circulation. What's key for Tampa Bay is that if the center makes landfall over Sarasota, the winds will be blowing from the east, which could dramatically reduce the storm surge potential for Tampa. However, this represents a worst-case scenario for areas like Port Charlotte and Sarasota, where the strongest storm surge from this hurricane could be experienced. Minor track changes over the next 36 hours could have significant implications, particularly regarding the storm surge in Tampa Bay. Let's look at the wind risk. Here in pink, we see the counties that could experience winds over 110 miles per hour, including areas between Brooksville, Tampa, Lakeland, Sarasota, and all cities bordering Tampa Bay in red. Over Crystal River, Sebring, Arcadia, and Fort Myers, winds between 74 and 110 miles per hour could be recorded, and further west, cities like Sanford, Leesburg, Orlando, Kissimmee, and Melbourne could experience winds between 75 and 90 miles per hour. This could cause significant damage, but the most destructive and catastrophic winds are expected along Florida's coast from Tampa to Fort Myers. Also, remember that with a track just south of Tampa and Lakeland, as projected in the 5 p.m. bulletin, the heaviest rain will now fall over areas like Tampa, Kissimmee, and Orlando, where 10 to 12 inches of rain could fall. Take caution if you live inland or in flood-prone areas, as significant flooding is expected. And although we don't know the exact landfall location, residents from Tampa Bay to Fort Myers should prepare for a storm surge of 10 to 15 feet above sea level. Of course, this applies to coastal areas, and this image illustrates the storm surge levels. In this forecast, from Tampa to Charlotte, storm surges could reach the second level of structures, causing catastrophic damage to buildings and posing extreme danger to people. No one should be in flood-prone areas along the coast from Tampa to Fort Myers at this time. It's important that you obey evacuation orders and move to a safe place tonight. Here at Hurricane Info, we will continue this special coverage. So stay tuned to my YouTube channel, Hurricane Info. To avoid missing the next videos, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click the bell so you'll receive notifications when I post new videos. Well, with that, I'll sign off, but I will continue this coverage to keep all of our followers in Florida informed. See you later.